The chaos started early Friday night. Vehicles were torched and an upscale hotel and nearby cafe were taken over by armed militants.
Chunks of ice the size of coffee tables flowed down flooded streets in Ocean City, one of dozens of towns along the New Jersey coastline with roads shut down by the storm.
Latest on that dangerous Zika virus that's been linked to a severe birth defect. There are now at least 21 Zika cases in the U.S. across 10 states.
Some reports coming in, Nigerian Islamists Boko Haram have just carried out an attack on civilians in the village of Dolori, which is in the northeast of the country.
Two passenger trains have collided in the German state of Bavaria, leaving at least 10 people dead and over 150 others injured.
A fire and riot at a prison in northern Mexico have caused the deaths of at least 52 people. That's according to the governor of the northeastern Mexican state of Nuevo León.
We're watching a developing story right now, learning of a deadly attack in the capital of Turkey. Officials say a car bomb exploded near a military housing complex in Ankara, killing at least 5 and injuring 10.
The suspect was an Uber driver, and he was picking up fares in between these 3 shootings. Police also believe that he was still looking for fares around that downtown bar that he was captured near. He was arrested, taken into custody. Police describe him as being even-tempered when he was arrested.
Officials said Sunday a total of 36 people were killed at a coal mine in Russia's far north, where a methane gas leak triggered 3 explosions that resulted in a raging fire and the collapse of the mine.
There's no doubt in those people's minds that it was a bomb, in which case, of course, a terrorist attack.
State of emergency declared as nearly 90,000 people, an entire city, evacuate.
In other news this morning, the cockpit voice recorder recovered from Egypt Air Flight 804 reveals pilots tried to extinguish a fire aboard the plane in the moments before the crash. The recordings are consistent with data previously recovered from the plane's wreckage that showed heat, fire, and smoke around a bathroom and the avionics area.
A zoo under fire for shooting and killing an endangered gorilla instead of tranquilizing him after the animal dragged a child around its enclosure.
As you certainly know by now, early Sunday morning there was another senseless shooting, this time at a dance club in Orlando, Florida. A dance club. It left 49 people dead, which is the largest loss of life due to a terrorist attack on U.S. soil since 9/11.
Let's get straight to the breaking news overnight. An attempted coup leading to chaos, death, and instability in Turkey, a key U.S. ally, a major strategic partner in the fight against ISIS, and a country where millions of Americans go on vacation.
The death toll in the Italian earthquake is rising. At least 250 now dead, nearly 400 others injured. Just a day after a powerful 6.2 magnitude quake hit, strong aftershocks still rocking the already devastated areas of central Italy.
A warehouse party that turned into a deadly inferno. Witnesses say it went up like a tinderbox, burning in mere seconds.
He was a member of Turkey's riot police, but Mevlut Mert-Altantas turned assassin, using his weapon to shoot Russia's ambassador to Turkey 8 times in the back.
There are reports of a shooting in Munich, Germany, a mall in Munich, Germany, a shooting that began at about 6 p.m. local time.
It was a truly chaotic scene last night as a gunfire erupted at a protest over the recent deadly police shootings in Louisiana and Minnesota. The city's mayor addressed the tragedy a few hours ago before the 5th officer was pronounced dead.
Lottery officials announced overnight that winning tickets were also sold in Tennessee and Florida, and they will split nearly $1.6 billion.
Astronauts on board the International Space Station say that for the first time, they've been able to grow a flower in space.
You know, this game had all the ingredients of a classic Super Bowl. It was a close game. Phenomenal halftime show and tons of celebs.
The Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
And the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Emirates just announced it will start offering a non-stop flight from its home base in Dubai all the way to Panama City. The flight will traverse an estimated 8,595 miles and will take about 17.5 hours.
Well, we turn to NASA now this evening, taking a victory lap tonight after one of its most impressive achievements. The Juno spacecraft is now in orbit around Jupiter after a journey of more than 1.7 billion miles that took 5 years to get there.
It's the kind of good news you don't usually hear about endangered animals. For the first time in a century, wild tiger populations are rebounding around the globe.
Abolitionist Harriet Tubman will replace Andrew Jackson on the face of the $20 bill.
And everybody say happy birthday. Happy birthday!
Measles has officially been eliminated in all of the Americas. World health officials say this is the first time an entire region has been declared measles-free.
Fly ball to left center, at the wall, grand slam!
After Addison Russell's grand slam secured the Chicago Cubs win Tuesday.
7-0 Chicago!
They've been part of McDonald's menu for decades, but now the Chicken McNugget is getting a makeover.
There's been a dramatic reduction in the use of plastic bags in England since the introduction of a 5p charge by supermarkets last year. Data from retailers shows that just over 500 million bags were used in the first 6 months after the charge was introduced, a drop of around 90%.
Now here in China, the giant panda has been removed from the list of endangered animals. The International Union for Conservation of Nature now classifies the panda as vulnerable.
Foxes, once endangered on California's Channel Islands, have made quite a fantastic recovery, thanks in part to the eradication of feral pigs.
They were once at risk of vanishing, never to be seen in our oceans ever again.
But after a 4-decade-long fight, the humpback whale is coming off the endangered species list.
The 2016 Summer Olympic Games opened on Friday night in Rio de Janeiro with a message about taking care of our planet. The 3-hour ceremony included fireworks that spelled Rio in the sky and a display of traditional Brazilian music.